Welcome back to the Heart, Mind, Money podcast, where I extract all the goodies from Perla Tamez Casasnovas, all the juice.
The juice.
Yes. I am Giselle Mascareñas, and I am the COO of Latina Empire and this podcast and the Heart, Mind, Money method. And I'm the COO of Perla. Whatever she needs, I do happily, actually. But before we go on to our amazing topic on currencies, like people really define themselves with what they have in their bank account. And this month, we're gonna completely get away from that and really teach you how there is so much power in the currency of your mind and your heart and your soul. But before we get into all of that with this, Perla, give us a little update on what's going on with you. You have 2 munchkins in there.
I'm pregnant with twins. Super, super excited. Big blessing from God.
It really is, P. You want to share with people why this is like a miracle?
Yeah, I was not supposed to get pregnant again because I got placenta accreta at the end of my pregnancy with Penelope. And
what is placenta accreta for the people who
that's
like,
when your placenta gets stuck to your uterus, and so the baby stops really feeding itself. It's dangerous for the baby. But at the time of delivery, because I had a natural delivery, then the placenta gets stuck, and I have to go through a surgery so that they remove it. They wanted to do a hysterectomy, and I said, no, I want to have more kids. And so the doctor talked very serious to my husband and I after we delivered and said, listen, if you all want more children, you will need to do surrogacy because you have your ovules. Is that
ovaries.
Hey,
that's okay.
You have your ovaries that ovulate eggs. Yeah. That's my pregnancy thought, guys. Yeah. And you can do a surrogacy, right? And I say, yeah, perfect. But don't get pregnant again. It's not recommended because, we can have some major complications. Said, no, none of that. We're really, really going to handle the situation. So I was not on birth control because we were going to extract my eggs in February, right? So come around December, that's like the love, happy, feel good,
well, I mean,
joy,
you and your hubby
sharing,
are always
abundant.
love, happy, feel good.
That's like my 24/7 mood. Yeah. But I guess like November and December are like my month, because my kids, my other 2 children, have been procreated in November, December, and I end up giving birth in August. And so people already know my mojo. So these kids are going to be born in August too. So that's just like when I hibernate or something.
Okay. When you like love.
So yeah, my love bundle. So long story short, I was feeling super sick. We were out in California, you and I was super hungry, but I was moody, but I was super hungry, but I was like nauseated.
And y'all have to know that Perla's never moody.
Yeah, no, but I know when I'm not in my 100. People don't know, but I do know, right? I'll figure it out. And so I came back and I said, I'm taking these diet injections.
No, even there you said, God, I wonder if I'm pregnant. Nah, I can't be pregnant.
So I was taking these injections, right, to lose weight. And I said, man, I think these injections are making me sick because I feel nauseated. So I said, I need to go and check my thyroid. So before I went to the doctor on Monday, I did a pregnancy test and I was pregnant. I called my OB-GYN. I said, hey, make me a space. I've got to go there now and I've got to get an ultrasound. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I think I'm pregnant. Oh my God, what are you talking about? I said, I'm so sorry. Let me go. Just like squeeze me in the schedule. Squeeze me in the schedule. And then they're doing the ultrasound, super cute. And they're like, yes, we have a baby. We have a heartbeat. We're going to try and do another kind of ultrasound so we can confirm. And I said, okay. And then they were like, oh, there's 2. And I said, shit. 2 ovaries. And they were like, no, 2 babies. And I said, what? Called my husband. He came in. Everybody at the doctor's office surprised him. We opened the door and said, surprise. And I gave him 2 cows because when there's like some little plush toys that you put the heartbeat on and then you.
Oh yeah. Build-A-Bear.
Like
Build-A-Bear.
A Build-A-Bear. Yeah. So they only had cows, like cowgirl and cowboy, and so I put the 2 cows together and I made them help.
I mean,
hands.
it's appropriate because he's always in a cowboy hat now at the site.
And they were holding the ultrasound, so he was super excited. So we're super blessed with that. That's an abundance from above, definitely. That
is a miracle.
That's a miracle, and that's a gift of God for us. We're blessed because I've always wanted a big family. Like I'm already negotiating child 5 and 6. because I want a lot of kids.
Well, I mean, you'll have
At least
them.
one more.
You'll have them. But are we really going to get pregnant with
No,
5
no,
and 6?
I'll do surrogacy.
Okay,
at that
because
point.
it literally took me 2 weeks to like. I was like praying all day. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, she's not supposed to get pregnant.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, you know what you're doing. So what are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we worried about? Nothing.
No, we've got to
Nothing.
flow.
But everybody pray that everything's okay. These babies are perfect. And yes, because.
So 4 months in the baby, double baby glow.
Oh, I love it.
Super
Well,
excited.
thanks for the catch up. So we're how many months so people know?
4 months.
We're 4 months. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a little way.
4 months. So we should be delivering sometime in August.
Oh, I love it. P, with all these blessings and all this awesomeness, like where do you find the mojo and the energy and the time to literally, devote to this mission? And what is this mission? Like, share with it. Like, you are like 100% in to develop courses and to do the one-on-one coachings and to do these clarity programs that are 8 weeks long, you guys, and they're amazing. But you do them.
Yeah, I do them because I love to do it. I love to help people understand where their pain comes from in order to heal the wounds from the past. And I think that's very important because that's what I had to do for myself. When I was very successful at a young age, I fell into the traps of failure. And then to get out of that failure trap, I had to heal. And I had to heal and I had to understand and accept responsibility of all the mistakes that I made and how I played a role in all those problems. And so from my journey of success, failure, success, I've been able to figure out kind of like what works for me. And that's been my passion. It's been to, so I've always been a giver, and my passion is like, everybody give, everybody share, everybody laugh, everybody dance, everybody give people gifts, everybody just like, if you don't want it and it's not good for you, give it somebody else, right?
Yeah.
And so when I healed myself, after my failure, I was on that tangent of giving. And I wanted everybody to give because it feels so beautiful when you give, right? But then I figured out that people can give what they don't have. And so I said, I can't be igniting acts of kindness from the night to the day and expect people to do that if they don't have space to give. But everybody is made to give and to impact others.
Yeah.
But when you don't have space, is because you're dealing with your own traumas and pains. So then I said, so my purpose in life is to ignite acts of kindness. But I can only do that if I serve first as a bridge for healing. And so that's when I had to reverse engineer the healing process, and we have clarity program. And all of this is based on the pillars of heart, mind, and money. Heal your heart to challenge your mind, and then fill your pockets.
Absolutely.
Which money, come to me is super important, but it's not everything.
It is important. And this month where it's like a whole thing on money mindset. And today what I want to get really into is the fact that, and you touched on it, like money is important, but the other currency that is just as important and it leaves a legacy is impact.
Yeah. What did you do in this world? What did you come to do?
What did you come to do? And at the same time, even today, how are you going to show up today? Like this moment. I think sometimes we like take for granted that today is a gift. We don't know what tomorrow holds. So how are you going to show up? Are you going to walk into a room and are you going to be the energy that actually uplifts the people around you? Are you going to be the conduit that gives people hope, that ignites kindness, that helps people? Because at the end of the day, I will tell you that the biggest way to impact someone, if you don't feel like you have enough money to give, if you feel like you're not, like don't have titles, literally one of the ways that you can be so impactful in somebody's life is just like really
Helping.
study them, and so they feel seen.
Yeah,
they feel heard.
Listen to somebody. Be of help. Be of service to somebody. You go to the store, an old lady's coming out, or somebody that's pregnant, or anybody with a bunch of bags. Help them to their car. Help. You have 2 hands. Another person needs an extra 2 hands to carry their stuff. Help.
Let's even go into the, like, somebody is successful. They're doing really, really well, but all they can think about is like more and more and more. Like, how do you get somebody like that to understand that the power in giving is going to give them so much more, but it's also going to have this ripple effect in affecting people's lives, that they're able to like do more for their families. They're able to like create better opportunities for themselves. Like, how do we get those people to understand that impact is just as important as the money that they're like going after?
Yeah, well, if there's a person that has a lot of money and they yet haven't found the secret of true joy and happiness is impacting others, then they're not ready to do that, right? So I serve in the board of the Maestro Cares Foundation. That's Mark Anthony's foundation and Henry Cardenas
Share a
Foundation.
little bit about what that is.
And that's a foundation that Mark Anthony and Henry Cardenas created 10 years ago. And Henry Cardenas is a big business mogul. He owns CMN Events, which is kind of like the competition to Live Nation around the world and the country. And this foundation is helps other foundations build a home, build the buildings that they need to continue to do the services that they give to children. They have orphanages. We support mostly everything that is kid related, right? This foundation is 10 years old. I've been alongside supporting them for almost 4 years, and it's been magical, right? Beautiful. But at last year's gala in New York at Cipriani, Mark Anthony said, if you're here and you're supporting and you're going into your pockets, it's because you're successful, you made it here, and you found the secret to life. It's to give and pay it forward, right? So if there's very successful people with very deep pockets, but they don't share, they don't elevate their own family, because usually you will see that if somebody is very wealthy and powerful, but they don't elevate their immediate family, you'll notice that that person is miserable right off the top of the bat. And if they don't elevate their immediate family, their extended family, and then others, that's just a miserable person. But that's okay. That's their journey. That's their life. There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. But there's people that want to do more. But before they want to do more, I encourage them to find themselves and be very full of themselves, of their own power, success, love, freedom, excitement, success, money, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They need to be full before they can go and pay it forward.
How do they start that today? Like, what do they do?
No, they have to analyze. I would encourage them to go and do like a little exam, the Wheel of Life, super easy. Rate yourself on the 12 things that make a human complete, from education to your profession, to your religion, to vacation, to family, to travel, to money. There's 12 different areas. And evaluate yourself, and then you say, I need to work on this one I'm complete, I need to work on this one.
It's an impactful exercise.
Work on yourself, and then once you work on yourself and you're so complete, everything that comes extra is abundant. You can't keep it. You have to give it, and you have to pay it forward. Yeah. And that's where you start making impact, and you start making your legacy.
That is so beautiful. I do think that there's a really important component that you have pinpointed and then created the resource for, because people sometimes don't know like what their purpose is. Yeah. and what they want. And so
they don't know, not because they don't have one. They don't know because they haven't taken the time to listen to themselves and to listen to what their gut is telling them. What is it that they need to heal? What is it that they're very, very good at that is not only here to serve them, but others?
Yeah. I mean, and it honestly starts with going like really deep and going back to like, how were you raised? And, because I've been through like going through this course, going through these programs with you, and seeing how when people give themselves just a moment to like really reflect on like, wait, how did I grow up? What were the money conversations going around in my house?
Yeah.
Like, how did my parents speak to each other? How did they speak to me about things? Like, were we told to like be quiet when we were wanting to express ourselves, and it's like, cállate, like, what was going on? You have to go back there to understand that all of that are layers of what limits you today.
Yeah, definitely. Like if in your house there was a mindset of scarcity, or maybe there was trouble putting food on the table, or paying the rent, or buying a house, or perhaps your parents lost a house and all that was on your time, those are things that are stuck in
Yeah.
your back brain. And they're things that make you have a perspective of today's life and tomorrow's future. So you have to go and heal those, go and talk about those, and understand that they were not your story. It was your parents' story where you were a person living in that story, but that wasn't yours.
Yeah.
And so you have to go and understand that the life that your parents went through, or the significant others, or the people that helped raise you, right? Is they were doing the best they could with the
what
resources
they
they had. But that has nothing to do with you today. So what I do in my courses and my programs is I help you understand those. I help you understand them from a different perspective, respect them,
Yeah.
to accept them, and therefore mend the relationships to be able to heal.
Yeah, it's really powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is the gap that people don't even understand that they have. It's the gap that they need to fill is by doing that work, by going back. Because even if you're doing the work for like a positive mindset and like what you can do today, the limitations that are embedded deep in you, you don't even know they're there.
Yeah.
And so for
have
you
to
to
go and
impact,
accept them.
you have to go.
You have to go and dig them in. It's like a wound. You have a wound and you cut yourself and you just, it's just going to cure on itself. So it probably has bacteria. It probably has pus. And it's just like curing, right? It's building the scab, but very
underneath,
bulged.
yeah.
Because
Ugh.
underneath, it's dirty. It's like everything that was there that was supposed to come out, it just stayed there, right? So it's bulgy. So you have to go take the scab out. You have to clean it with like peroxide. It hurts. It burns.
It does hurt.
You
it
open
does
it up
burn.
and then you clean it. You wash it off. It's like going through all the stories and the reasons and the why. And then you close it back up and it's going to heal beautifully.
Yeah.
And it's going to be flat and you're going to be a scar and you're going to remember and it's not going to hurt anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not going to be infected.
It's important work. Everyone needs it. I feel like this work needs to be in schools. I think
Definitely.
that it needs to be before you're older and you're like, you don't know you have all these limitations. Like start
Cleaning up the limitations as they come in.
Yes. Start cleaning them as they're coming in and identifying them. And when you're younger and you're able to go, wait, this is not my issue. This is just the environment that I live in right now. But this is not my future.
Yeah, and
this is just now.
Yeah, and this is what my purpose is, and this is how I do impact. This is what money means to me. Like all the
It's so
frustrations
important.
of life. What are the frustrations of life? It's related to you,
Love.
to love, to money, and friends. That's the frustrations and or the 4 things that make a human extremely happy.
Yeah.
So the better that you learn to handle these from a very young age, the better cognizance you're going to have to be able to brush through them as they come into your life with issues, right? You're going to look at the issue, you're going to evaluate it, you're going to accept it, you're going to find a solution, you're going to implement and go on. But if you deal with them and they come and you're like in your teens and stuff and you're not accepting them and they stay there, it's like you have a backpack with a bunch of hairy rocks. Like every day is just going to be heavier and heavier. Hence, what's happening right now, people. Why do we have a lot of people with depression? Millions of people with anxiety. Anxiety is a big problem.
It's a huge problem.
By 2030, over 50% of the population will be using a medication that's an antidepressant. Starts with a Z or a derivative of that. And so, with an X, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or, what is it? I don't know. Z
Which
or X.
one are we talking about?
Like, I don't want to say the name. So, so
I
then,
think it's X.
Why do we have school shootings going on? Why do we have a lot of people committing suicide? Why do we have a lot of people homeless? So all of these increasing violent things in our lives they come back down to the peoples. The people are lost. The people are depressed. The people have anxiety. And to avoid that, they take it out on. They mask it with food, drugs, abuse, alcohol, excessive spending. So impact and money they're very correlated. the trajectory of life.
Yeah. And both, like if you have money, but you have a healthy mindset, that money is going to help you do more within your purpose. I mean, I see that with you, like you don't have to do all this stuff that you do. You do so much for people. And also what's crazy, and actually it's not a bad thing, but you give with no expectation of return, but you're really good at going, okay, they're not ready to pay it forward. So I'm like, going to remove myself from this, and I'm going to go and focus on others who, let's hope that you really invest in that.
And then they'll come back.
And they're ready.
Yeah, when they're
to elevate.
Yeah.
To elevate. I love that, because, and then you don't hold it against them. You don't do anything. You're just like, okay, they're not ready.
I'm constantly planting seeds.
You are.
I'm constantly planting seeds, and they're going to ripe when they're ready to do so.
So, today in my meditation, I think you're not so much planting seeds. I think you're the damn soil. I think you're the soil of all these seeds that you have in abundance, because you go, here you go, here you go. What are you going to do with that seed? I'm the soil. I have the resources. I have the nutrients. I'm going to nurture you. But if you're not ready, your seed's it doesn't matter. It's not going to grow.
Yep. And it's okay if they're not ready to grow. Their time will come.
Their time will come.
Their time will come.
But if you guys that are listening are ready to really find out what is limiting you, do not hesitate, one, to reach out to Perla, who is ready to guide you in many of the different resources that we have with, what are they? What are Mana Lounge, where you're doing courses every single week.
Yeah, the Mana Lounge is a global platform for women, right? You can join. There's women from over 19 countries. There's free courses there that drop every single Monday. They're tied to a workbook. They're easy to see, quick to see. You get nuggets that you can implement daily. Then I have the Clarity program that I give in a mastermind. The next one starts April 17 or the following Monday from that. We have the Clarity program, which is, play as you go on your social media. And then I do speaking engagements, and we just have different avenues where we're getting out this message, heart, mind, and money. And when women and manas and amigas text me, Perla, oh my God, I was on the way to work and I was seeing your podcast. Perla, oh my God,
I love that.
When you posted this, it really, really helped me. I need to hear that. Those are God's winks. That I'm doing the right thing for the right purpose.
Feathers.
And my feathers.
And your feathers.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. And, you guys, there's always a way for you to get more involved with this mission. We also have empires across the United States where you're able to go to these gatherings that are all about the heart, mind, money method. They're all about the mission to heal your heart, challenge your mind, and be unapologetic about filling your pockets. So I'm going to close this with, there's two types of currencies. Don't always define yourself about what's in your bank account, but know that every single day you can show up and have impact on the world around you.
Yes, 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 yes. You are the impact in the world. Everybody is born with a resource, and everybody is born to be of impact. If you focus on your story, what you've lived and why, you'll find your resources. And then those resources are to help you be extremely abundant, joyful, have freedom, and have empowerment, have the power success that you've been wanting in your life. Once you're complete with you're here to pay those forward to the rest of the population. And if you change one person's lives, 10 people's lives, 100 people's lives, 1,000, etc., that's what we're here to do. We're all here to make this world better.
Well, I'm happy you exist. So thank you, Pete.
Thank you. Likewise.
Thank you, Pete.
Thank you for being the juice extractor.
I'm the pea extractor. I extract all the juice from pea.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Mwah. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Heart, Mind, and Money podcast with Perla, the awesome Perla.
Thank you.
Yes. I want everybody to look into the latinaempire.com, look more into what this whole mission is. Also, on all our social medias is at the Latina Empire, and to connect with Perla, who answers every single comment, message. We'll send you a voice message. We'll ask you to send her your WhatsApp. She will answer anything, any problem, any advice. I mean, you're pretty remarkable at that. And you can find Perla on Instagram at Reflexiona.
Reflexiona con Perla.
Reflexiona con Perla. But we are all across social media, and Perla is always, every single day, pouring into you through all social platforms at the Latina Empire. And we also have our community at the Mana Lounge that you can find more information at any of the links on any of our social medias. And we would love to have you as one of our manas.
We've got to keep learning.
We got to keep learning. We got to keep healing our heart.
Healing your heart.
Challenging our minds.
Challenge your mind to fill your pockets.
To fill your pockets. Thank you guys for having us.